Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I tried to keep it down under the nitty gritty under 10 minutes. And if it goes over 10 minutes, there's something very fucking important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. Listeners' discretion is advised. Okay? Now, since we got that discretion out of the way, if you're an EDB sensitive, stick in the mud, person who's very sensitive, far leftist, okay, social justice warrior, these individuals don't, please, you have no logic. Your logic is not square and clear. It's not. Okay, I do believe in eugenetics. Okay, by the way, I'm a Satanist and a Satanist and a satist. Okay, sadistic. Yes, I love chaos and violence, but I don't necessarily do those things, okay, right? It's kind of strange to live in a world like this, but I isolate myself from the rest of the world, so I contain myself. I compose myself. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roasters, you put it down below. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roasters, you put it down below. Okay, I don't really care about your fucking feelings. I do not make my videos for the general masses of asses. All right, let's get on with the video, okay? And today's topic will be about what to do if your significant other cheats on you. What to do? What to do? Now, let's put out the facts here, real clear and simple. Men fall harder for women than women fall for men, okay? Overall, this is a fact, okay? So, since we know that men will go through extremes, I'm going to help the men out here because men do some really crazy shit, okay? If they find out they're a girl and they got pussy whipped by, okay, it's cheating on them. Trust me on this. They fall harder through the physical attribute rather than the mental attribute when being attached to a woman. Facts, okay? All right? We got this because a lot of guys come to me all the time. I got 2 babies, mamas, and I want to kill one of them. I say, hey, okay. So let me start with the men. Now, most of the time with women, all the women needs to do is go to court, okay? And that's how you suffer his pockets or some shit. Or you might do some despicable shit like trying to get him set up or killed, like some hood rat, like this one bitch that I was watching where she set up her husband, usually some white guy, you know, innocent guy who got a lot of money, and she's one of them dime pieces and he's not a dime piece. I always say fall for your type. If you don't know what your type is, don't be falling for some number that's higher than your own. Don't do that. But anyway, for you guys who fall head and over heels because of some sexual gratification, sexual healing today, I'm helping you guys out here. Okay, because most women, what they do, they run to the big white daddy, you know, the courts. Okay, you know, this is worldwide, baby. But the men are losing now these days. This is the modern day age. You know, Kevin Simp Samuels, he died. Rest in peace. And we got Corey Holcomb trying to take his place and a couple other guys who's trying to raise awareness to help women to be accountable for their actions. All right. Okay. So now the first step is you can take the passive way. The passive way of handling that is to calm down. As soon as you see her cheat, and you did this, as soon as you see her cheat, and by the way, here's preventive measures. So before you would know in advance, do what I do. Always test her out. That's the key element to find out early if she's a whore. Women who cheat around other guys, okay, or do hypergamy, whatever, you can easily find this out just by trickery or testing her out. You told her not to give out your number, right? You told her not to talk to any man, okay? You gave her instructions on what to do when the opposite sex comes around your vicinity. You told her what she should be doing and what lines she should not be crossed. This is not a controlling measure. This is a safety measure. So you would know for sure. But you have to test her out, you know. She will say, yeah, sure, you know. Fuck all that. Test her. Now, the first thing you can do if you do see your woman and you're wrapped up in the sexual world, okay, what you should have did beforehand is if you was watching porn, you shouldn't really be that enthused about the same pussy over and over again. So, because you got your hand, which is the best sex in the world. Now, you stick your dick in a female and you haven't had sex before too many times, you're going to have a problem with this. You're going to let the sexual side of your intimacy levels control you. And it's going to control you to the point to where you're going to kill her. Try to listen to my advice here. Trust me on this. The first step you can do is basically move away, run away. Because as soon as you see it, you disappear. Now, if kids are involved, you have to go to courts immediately. You have to go to the courts as soon as you see it happening. And if you can, record it. The first step is passive. This is the best move you can take. But before you can get to the passive part, you can basically, tell her what she needs to do, okay? You have to set up things. You have to test her. This is very important. The testing is 0, and number 1 is passive. The passive approach, the professional approach is passive. Do not do anything unless she fucks up. Because I know there's a lot more loyal men out there than there are women, by fact and by far. Women are excellent at cheaters. They're the biggest cheaters of all, and they're the biggest narcissists and liars. And I'm just saying the facts. I'm just stating the facts, okay? I'm not saying all, but most. Yes, most. 70%, yes. The Jezebel spirit is real. Now, the second approach is the passive-aggressive. Now, I know you may want to go in there and beat his ass, okay? But that is not wise to do because it's not his fault. Unless he knew, okay, you can't beat his ass. You can only beat her ass. And if you beat her ass, you are going to be grasped because she might have family members. And I do not recommend you guys talking to women, especially lighter skinned females, when they got bigger families, because you're going to see an OJ case happening because their families is going to stand up for her. Okay, even if she's cheated or not, it doesn't matter. It's just you just messing with a big family. Italians don't really fuck with them. Oh, you'll get your ass killed. She could cheat and you'll get killed. That happened back in the 80s too many times. Your daughter cheated on me, and what do you think the father gonna say? So you did something to deserve it, right? Okay, shit. Okay. You ain't gonna hear nothing. Okay, men are more loyal, but if you take the passive aggressive, you take action into your own hand, you could put yourself at high risk. You slap her, okay, you ain't gonna leave no print or something. You're gonna go through another Johnny Depp. You're gonna go through that Bill Cosby situation where they trying to get his money. And as I said before, in the first time, you should basically go to the courts. Go do things professionally, okay? Don't put your hands on a female or the dude because the dude may not know, okay? You might be able to get her back by getting her friend, see? If you know her friend, you get revenge. You can say, I'm getting back with you and get evil. Or you can get envious, okay, or vengefulness, okay. But that would take a lot of energy and effort. But you'll have the last laugh if you think about it. Just don't overreact and just go ham on a motherfucking dude because the dude is there. That's a beta shit. You didn't even talk to the dude. The dude was like, oh, I don't give a fuck, man. And then he probably might need his head knocked off for saying some shit like that. Because some guys just talk. They just talk because that's the only way they know how to communicate. The last way, okay, is the alpha way. And I recommend this if you're professional. You can take a bitch out quick. Because there's a lot of women in the fucking grave. I do not recommend it, but you're going to have to focus on how the authorities will catch your ass. But there's some guys in the past I talked to told me this is the best way to get rid of a bitch if she ever cheat on you. And I know a lot more guys who got a lot more to lose will do that shit. And I was like, damn, that's really fucking creative. Such as fucking wax bullets and shit. There's just so many ways of taking out a Jezebel. And I said a Jezebel. So if you are a female listening to me and you're a Jezebel, narcissistic in your own ways, okay, just don't be like that. Just break up with the dude. Don't hold him and use him. I know most of you women choose most of the beta alpha cucks out there, which is 25% of the guys, and reject the rest of the guys for later. And you know you don't know what your type is because you got the makeup on and you don't know how to keep yourself in shape. This is why you come to guys like me, so you can help you guys, help you women to keep yourself in shape, keep your composure, keep your attitude and your psychologicals. But you ain't going to listen to a generational crazy good psychopath like myself until you meet a bad psychopath. A bad psychopath don't talk. They tell you lies. And then you be in the grave, okay? But a good psychopath at least will tell you how you're going to die, at least. That's a good thing. You're going to die this way. You better listen. You better not fucking cross that motherfucker. He told you. Well, other than that, that's all I really got to say, though. I do not recommend the third way, though. Because a lot of guys get caught up with the law. You know, I'm tracked. I got cameras on me. That's my alibi all of the time. Peace.